Yeah, yeah, yeah. Davo Logan, 3 balls in, Jew ball vibes. Sit back on the couch, let's ride. We chillin' on the sofa talking Jew ball life. From the field to the mic, man, it's feeling just right. Pray with the donuts, soft for Charmin too. Cootie got the meats, always cooking up the crew. Prime got the beats, Lego Bomb got the throw. Rook better settle down, everybody know. Wizard in the corner, Bert in the bushes, Rabbin sneaking round. Watch your tushes. It's 3 balls in, Jew ball style. Davo and Logan make the couch worthwhile. Still looking for the third, where's it gonna begin? Football, friendship, yeah. 3 balls in. IJWT, that's the motto we spin. But Yaron still can't find a way to win. Ernie dreaming, Paris sipping wine by the scene. While we laughing in the huddle, run it back again. Davo the GM, calling shots with the plan. Logan riding shotgun, microphone in his hand. From the league to the laughs, man, you know we gon' win.
This is TBI. I am Davo alongside Lego and Logan. How to get the sides right. Logan, I appreciate you for hosting us. Lego, I appreciate you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We had a lot to talk about. We had our first Weague League Week 1. Green Machine over Semi-Pro. Stogies over Gorillas. Sorry, guy. It happens to the best of us.
Good.
Let's start with Green Machine first. Obviously, my favorite team. Big victory, 25-20 win. Lego, since you clearly were a little bit busy, why don't you start with us and give us your best takes?
Yeah, so in true TBI fashion, I didn't get to watch the game, but
You're perfectly suited to talk about it.
thank you. Yeah, just that team, the Green Machine roster is stacked on all cylinders. You got Open and Avenger at the line with Dave over here coming in at the three rush combo, but especially on the offensive side with Avenger's ability to be mobile and get out of the pocket and create plays with his legs, plus he has the blocking ability of Open. It's going to be fairly easy to find guys like Ice, Dax, and Burko down the field, and I could imagine it would be hard for Semi-Pro to stop something like that.
Logan?
Yeah. So first of all, welcome to the couch.
Thank you.
Glad-
Thank you.
glad
Happy
to have
hear
you
it.
here.
Really honored.
Yeah, glad to have you here. First rookie of the season, already cementing himself as Roy, if you will. Looking at the game, we like to call this our couch of accountability. So let's go back to how Davo and I predicted it last week. Last week, I said this was a close game, a 3-2 win for Green Machine. It ended up being a 4-3, so still pretty close. Again, as our predictions go, that's pretty accurate.
I think I said 5-4.
Davo called it 5-4.
Right in the middle.
Again, right in the middle. But either way, a one-score game. I'll give us a check on this one. This is probably as close as we'll ever get. Avenger, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Prey, still two touchdowns, no picks. A couple of things we saw. I did, by the way, say that Prey might have a hard time putting up enough points to win this game, and it turns out he did. Lego, as you said, Open, Davo, Avenger, that D-line is impactful as we thought it would be. Berkowitz at 17 in the 4th round is making a very early case for the steal of the draft. And then who had Solo with a sack and a pick 6 on their bingo card? I didn't see that coming. But either way, that was a great game for Solo, obviously impacting the defense. But again, as we had said, Semi-Hard did not have enough in the tank to really get them over the finish line. Green Machine walks away with a victory, a come-from-behind victory, if I'm not mistaken. So props to them. And
Nothing like coming from behind.
Exactly.
Listen, obviously, I have a lot to say about this game. The first thing I want to say is that showing up at 7:45 and Solo's already there stretching for a long time, that's a very scary thing.
Terrifying.
Like he's just an animal.
By the way,
he's a damn menace.
I'll cut you off for a sec. This coming week, because of daylight savings, that might be DK.
Well, it's a perfect time for them to have a league game. Actually, he'll be on time. But I think the connection between Levenger and Berkowitz, Burko is really kind of the difference in the game. Even though Prey has played with a lot of his receivers, he's got a couple new ones, Schiffer, Portal. I don't know how much time he's really spent with Stats and Storm. So I think some of the connection is kind of really was, and I think that was the biggest influence in week 1 is that the connection and the chemistry that people had. Some teams had it, some teams didn't have it as much. What's wrong with Prey? I mean, he just couldn't get it up enough.
I don't know. It happens to be right after the game. I was sitting on the sideline and Avenger comes over to me. I'm like, "Oh, how was your game?" He's like, "I got my boy Natan." He's like, "I got my boy Burko with me." Like, we can't fail. Yeah, when you have your guy, when you have your receiver, you're gonna have that instant connection. You're gonna have that, that comfort of knowing that when you got to roll out and make the play, he'll be there. He'll find you, and I think that will boost you guys throughout the season.
That's actually an excellent point, and we'll obviously get to your game in a bit. But
Or not.
having a new Jubal quarterback paired with someone who he's played before in the past is huge. You know what I mean? Like we said, Yaron knows how Gronk plays. Prey, all those guys kind of they've played before, so like the amount of gelling that needs to happen is a lot less than someone who's coming in fresh and new like you or Avenger. So him having that security blanket, if you will, and obviously going to Burke twice for for two big scores, like that is really, really huge when it comes to a QB getting comfortable and being able to, be impactful the way that Avenger was.
I think nailed it. Now, looking at the other side, someone who didn't have necessarily as much chemistry at, someone who's played more, I think more late games or early games. He's basically competing against the randomizer, so he doesn't get to play with as many guys as he wants. Is Lego. And they took a tough loss at 18-15. Yaron takes his last drive down the field. He actually scores. He doesn't throw a pick. This is the new cool Yaron that we're dealing with. It's not the same old Yaron that would end up throwing a pick and throwing the game away like he usually classically does. I think he even did it last week. This is a guy who's went down, made a great, great, great pass into the corner for Ross.
Right over me.
I wasn't going to
Yeah.
say that also. Lego, give me a little breakdown what you saw, what you think, how first league game that you were here.
Okay, so I had the opportunity to play with some of my guys. In the early weeks, I got to play with Mighty. I never got to play with Zada, but I got to play with Logic and Goldberg, especially Rook. We had a few games together, and we did build that chemistry. I think a major part of what went wrong was I really wasn't expecting, in a way, the intensity difference between regular season games and league games. Um, but also we were missing Oren, which made it tough to stop DK, and DK and Daxi did an unbelievable job on the line. Credit to Zada, Deech, and Logic for stepping up and taking in that role of rotating in the offensive line. But they really came out to play, the Stogies. I think they heard you last week on the pod, and they heard you calling your shots, and then they wanted it. They may have wanted it a little more than us. Our guys stepped up and they definitely competed. We kept it close throughout the entire game. We almost had it at the end. Um, but I think going forward, I just have to be more open to stepping up, maybe trusting my guys a little more, getting out of the pocket, creating more plays. I got a little stiff, and just in my mind, having DK and Daxi coming at me could have frozen me up a little bit. But a little more mustard on one throw here, a little less on another there could have went a long way to changing the outcome of the game. I think we'll be fine going forward. Um, Definitely have a very talented team, and I can't wait to build the chemistry with them. And moving forward, I think each player will be able to show their true strengths and step up in ways that we could have never imagined. But I'm very excited to see how the rest of the season goes. Really.
So you mentioned a couple of things that I want to touch upon it because I do think that those are really good points. Before we do, again, I had this game at 5-2 or 5-3 in favor of the Gorillas because again, we can't get away from this. Davo had it 6-3 Gorillas. Obviously, we couldn't have been more correct. In this game, Yaron goes three touchdowns, one interception, and you went. We will mention it: 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
4 interceptions. Gronk does Gronk things. Both by dominating a drive. There was one drive where he had every single reception and a touchdown. And then at the same time, when the play is not coming to him, I saw it like 3 or 4 times, literally on videos where he's just standing on the side, like hands on his hips, which is like the most Gronk thing. He's like, well, if it's not coming my way, what do I have to do? Like, I've never seen a guy be so impactful on some plays and so disinterested on other plays.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
would
just
line
who
up
he
with
is.
him, and
Yeah.
and he wouldn't go to the huddle. Like, Gronk, what's your route? He's like, don't worry,
Don't worry, we're good
Like,
over here.
no,
I'm
yeah,
good.
I'm good on this side.
So Gronk does Gronk things, which is fabulous. Lego, you didn't have the game that you were hoping for. I'll be honest, you took a lot of it on the chin, but the reality is your receivers didn't do you any favors. There were a handful of drops. to go to some of the things that you talked about, Mighty is actually one of the receivers that I know you said you got a chance to play with him. I'll make the argument that Mighty's one of those receivers that like a quarterback does not need chemistry with. He is just always in sync with his quarterback, whether it's a scramble drill and he gets found, or if it's, a route that you call for him, he is one of those guys where you don't need to be on the same page, and quarterbacks always seem to find him. It's just part of the greatness of Mighty. So he's one guy where that doesn't necessarily hold true, and it's not surprising that you found a really good connection with him early on. The second piece is that, in the beginning, I think you scrambled a little bit. DK and Daxi, again, we know that that's a formidable line, but I thought their containment was fabulous. A lot of times you'll see guys going really far wide out, kind of circling around the offensive lineman, which gives the quarterback that lane to go straight through. I thought they did a really great job of not really opening themselves up too much and really containing, which made your life that much more difficult. So again, less so, kind of, yes, you made a couple of mistakes that a couple of throws you probably want back, but I think a lot of it is more credit to them as opposed to like a knock on you. I think it's just really, really credit to them and their ability to do what they do best, and that's kind of get after without giving too much up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Also, just even when it was, going downhill little by little, we put together some nice drives. Unfortunately, that ended not how we would like to, but just the overall atmosphere and excitement that we had on the team. Each guy's, I want to give special shout out to Logic. Logic was, let's get back in it, let's push. Everyone stepping up in different positions, going where they may not feel comfortable, which is another thing I really feel that our team is going to excel throughout the year because of is that we have so many guys who can fill in so many different positions and take over in different spots, and I really think that was great. But yeah, like you said, Mighty he's just so incredible on all ends. If he can play offensive line, again, I think we all know he'd love to. Unfortunately, we're going to need him downfield sometimes, but really Goldberg to be able to put a ball up top in the middle, it's going to be hard to stop that.
Yeah, and you did take advantage of Goldberg in a couple of plays in the middle. I think when you play teams that don't have Gronk, you'll be able to kind of look to that more, and I think that'll be open even more because Gronk again is like his same height, but like when you go against a team that's got a bunch of guys who are my height, which is most of Jubal, I think you'll be able to. That'll open up a little bit more too.
Not most of Jubal, most of the Jewish community.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, the good thing that you have to know is that the last time Yaron beat a rookie quarterback that was coming in with this much, clout behind him, they went on to become the second best Jubal team ever to win a championship.
You talk about Dax.
Yeah.
And Roll Tide.
Yeah, second best. They're pretty good.
Yeah, second best team. Yeah,
so listen, you guys could definitely become second best team, in Jubal history.
I've heard the legends.
Yeah. Look, we'll take this and we'll transition, to a little bit of interview. You talk about maybe the difference that you see between like the league games that we have and the regular season Jubal games. Obviously, they're much more intense and everything. So give us a little bit. What did you see as your first league game versus your first season of regular Jubal?
So I had 3 season games. I would come in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and in my mind, it's like, okay, it's football at 8 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's gonna be out of it. Everyone's, tired a little bit. But that's not how it is here. Everyone's full throttle, ready to play, and just out there to have a good time and compete. Um, and that's what I felt throughout the first 3 weeks. But there was something about leagues, even just pulling into that parking lot and seeing everyone walk out of their car. It wasn't stumble out of the car, oh hey, good morning, something small. It was you saw it in their eyes. Everyone was ready to play. Everyone's got that different mindset. You're no longer on my side.
Right.
There's no second game we're playing together, and we're here to compete. We're here to play. And I think there was that elevated competitiveness in leagues this week that just that made the entire just field more passionate, more into the games, and I think that was really special.
Fabulous that you were able to step up with that extra intensity. So talk to me about Jubal in general. I know we just talked about Jubal and league Jubal, but how does Jubal compare to some of the other leagues and some of the other games you've played in? And how much harder is it to win when the other team doesn't drop your interceptions?
So, really, ever since first day I was added to the chat, you got everyone's been amazing, just very welcoming. One of the easiest groups to ever just get comfortable with and feel connected to and be a part of. I get too much credit for what I do in the chat. Really, like it's easy. It's not I don't feel like I'm working too hard to get close and to understand the jokes. It's right there. Even so, why I'm here, I texted Logan the other day and I said, Jubal giving me so much, like I got to give back, like whatever it was. I feel like everyone's been so giving and so outgoing, and I wanted to be able to contribute. But the difference between the actual league play, I would say, is that there's less politics, less ego. It's more togetherness of everyone's a Juballer, everyone's there to have a good time, and just when you're playing and everyone, it's all laughter and smiles, but still the ability to have that to be able to go out there and compete is something so special that most other leagues don't have. Yeah.
So you talk about obviously the camaraderie of
Yeah.
Jubal versus other leagues. What about the play? Obviously, I'm sure you played in Israel. I know you play Tuesday nights. What do you think the difference is kind of in the style of play? Obviously, we play sevens, we play a little bit more aggressive, but the
By
way the
aggressive, you mean physical.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. What would you say is the biggest difference in the rate of play, in the game of play, etc.?
So sevens is definitely something I've never played before. So it's I'm drawing up plays for my team, and I always forget there's that one guy.
There's an extra
Yeah,
guy.
there's always an extra guy, usually the crow route. But yeah, but that's something I gotta get used to. But not necessarily are as a joint group the greatest level of athletes. The Israel League I'm playing in, it's ages 19 to 23, everyone in peak physical form. I mean, you guys look great, but
No, but
yeah,
agreed.
but the knowledge of football that everyone has in Jubal, the understanding of the game, knowing where they need to be, and you could tell that each player has played so much football and has so much experience in football that it can make up for, let's say, the lack of speed or physical ability. And I think that makes it so much more enjoyable to play with and tougher to compete against.
Yeah, we're not always in the right spot, but we know where we should have been.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That sounds like a very Davo thing to do.
No, agreed. I totally agree with that. I got a three-part question for you. Number one is, so far, who are some of your favorite players to play with? Number two is, who are some of the players that you're looking forward to playing with? And three, who else are you looking forward to having inside you?
Well, okay. So first,
Welcome to
might be the
TBI.
same answer for all three. Zin. No, okay.
That's so good.
So three players
No, just like you don't have to name three, but who are some of the players that you enjoy playing with? Some of them you're looking forward to playing with, like guys. Let's say you haven't necessarily played with, right? Like
Right.
TK you played against. I don't know if you've ever played with. Just
Right.
as an example.
So week 2, I actually had the opportunity to play with Gronk. We actually, I thought we would be completely outmatched. We were playing against a team of Zin, Yoni,
Open.
all. No, I'm not sure if he was open there.
No.
Either way, but like when you
Yeah,
put Din
we were-
and
we were-
Ice on the same team.
Yeah, we were pretty loaded against us. I had Prey and Gronk at my receivers, and just to be able to put the ball, like Zin said, at a point where no one else can get to, that was something that
Some team.
that
keep going.
I
Like
it made it so simple for me to connect and to be able to
But you could
throw
still
to
by
Gronk.
eye.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Gronk was really, really enjoyable to play against, and I see why other players enjoy playing, and he did a number against us this week. Another player I got, I enjoy playing with is Rook. I think I played with him 2 out of the 3 league games I played in, season games I
Yep.
played with, plus the league games. He's just an incredible defender. He knows where to be. He's a speedster downfield, and this is something that I think most people don't realize about him. He's a great route runner. This week I actually,
He works on it.
yeah,
Like I know that he's gone
Oh.
with like Beast. Like he's gone and worked out with those guys, the X Factors. Like he's gone, or like Storm. Like he'll go and just, even after football, he'll go and run routes with a quarterback. Just
right, yeah, no,
he loves it. He eats it up.
he ran an out and up this week, and MK tried covering him up the sidelines. If you can find the video, he was lost. Just the quickness of Brooke to be able to get out to the sideline and break quick upfield gave him that perfect window, and he was really enjoyable to play with. Also,
It's good that you're on his team and
yeah, I'm very excited about it. But also Prime. I've been playing against Prime Tuesday night for years, and I've never had the opportunity to play with him. The other week I got to play with him, and the connection was there instantly. He was super fun to play with, and I can't wait to play with him more often.
The only problem playing with Prime this season is that he doesn't win.
That's
So
fair.
that's
It
big.
might be worth it. It might be worth to be able
Yeah.
to play with him. But I'll tell the story again. He seems to be he gets put with your own a lot. I remember the first play he gets into the huddle. I'm like, all right, Prime, seam route. I'll hit you right in the back of the end zone. He's like, what?
Well,
The
because
ball's going at me.
well, forget about that. Like the fact that your huddle took 10 seconds,
Right.
not a minute and a half.
So now that you bring this up, I was going to ask you this question. You've been in your own huddles now.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Take me through what you really think is going on in there.
Okay. No,
I remember
I played
Hold on
one
a
game.
second. Let's back up. The only week I played this year, he was on your team.
Yeah.
And I remember when you lined up, you were like, "What the
Yeah.
hell was that?"
Look, I'm a quarterback. I would think I should know like basic route. I get in there, and your own's like, all right, I want twins left, X27 crosser right, break. I'm like, no, we are not breaking. break it down for me.
By the
I
way,
need to know.
to be clear, you're the only person who wanted your own to go longer with the huddle.
Oh.
But yes, no, a lot of people are confused, if you will.
Yeah.
You
It's
didn't talk about the 3-minute motion and
Oh
but
my
it is
goodness.
one of those. The more you play with him, the more you understand what he's saying, doing things like that. And that's obviously true with any wide receiver quarterback. But like, yeah, your first time is a lot.
Yeah, I also want to
It's a
give him
lot.
credit. He takes a lot of hate, and I'm sure he can handle it. I'm sure it's very warranted. But throughout my years of also playing Tuesday night, I have so much respect for Aaron. I think he's an incredible quarterback, and although his plays might be complex and his huddles are very long, his football mind is truly incredible. I think he's an incredible quarterback. I'm a big fan of his. He's an even better person.
His football mind might be both his biggest strength and his biggest weakness.
Yeah, that's
But
a great
yes,
take.
it's true. No, he lives, he breathes, he loves football. And it shows.
Yeah.
All right, my next question. Are you dating? No, I don't know how my wife's question got in.
Wait,
here,
what
but,
about the other one?
Oh, what was the other
one
question?
beside me? What was it?
Oh, well, if you would like to answer that, I think we've got fans who would love to hear the answer to that too. But
usually not rub in.
I was just saying I never met Jordan.
oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the guy. I guess.
Yeah. Wait, Robin's
been inside
hip hop, but he's
been no. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
obviously he's not the answer to that. So Yaron brought you into Jew ball, right?
Yeah.
How long did it take for him to convince you?
So I've been in Israel for 4 years, the 4 years prior to this, and I would come home Pesach time, and your owner would be like, "Oh, we have this league just come out. You'd fit right in. Great opportunity." But I kept coming back, and every time I'd go back to that Tuesday night league to sub or play for you, he's always would mention it. So Prey actually then came over to me and said, "Hey, by the way, this Jew ball, it's incredible." So I reached back out to your own, and I said, "Okay, like if
Just so I'm clear, Yaron like pestered you for 4 years. Prey walks over once, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm in." Is that
no.
It sounds like a huddle.
Yeah, no, your own was the one who convinced me. He helped me, he explained it to me, he broke the whole thing down to me. But
Is there text messages of this, or is this
there are
Well, yeah,
text
with Prey, it's a voice note for sure.
Or-
yeah, no, I have text messages with your own.
Oh, you're gonna have to see those maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember once I actually reached out to Prey maybe to ask him about it, but just the way he pitched it to me was incredible. So that's how I got in.
All right, last one from me. Obviously, because the randomizer is racist, it'll never happen. But besides Zin, who would you want to play with in Jubal?
Easiest answer. Easy question, easy answer. Open. Right then and there. Just the ability that he
Forget
has.
about his win-loss record, but
Yeah.
just like his overall
He
play.
can change a game single-handedly, regardless of the receivers I had that week, regardless of anyone else on the field on that team. If you have open, that is a game changer from the second the game starts to the second it ends.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You're a very lucky man to have it.
Thank you. Let's get in.
Yeah.
Let's get
Love
into.
this.
We have Weague League 2 coming up. Stogies versus Blop. Obviously, you're kind of an expert in Stogies. You threw them a lot of passes. Why don't we start with Logan this time? Give us your breakdown how you usually do, and
Right.
then we'll all try to fill in the gaps that you really don't miss anyways.
I appreciate that, Davo. Let's break it down like we always do. We'll start with quarterbacks. So for Blop, you have Dax, and Stogies, you have Yaron. Dax, for the season so far, has 17 touchdowns, 15 passing, 2 rushing, and 8 interceptions for an average of 2.1 touchdowns for every interception he throws. Yaron has 28 touchdowns, 27 throwing, and 1 running, and 9 interceptions for a 3.1 touchdown for every interception he throws. Yaron actually, again, this may be a hot take, and I don't know why, but Yaron's playing great this season on both sides of the ball. He's got 2 picks also, again, not thrown, but he caught 2 picks. I'll give him the slight edge here, so advantage for the Stogies. Let's move to the line. You've got, for Blop, you've got Legs, Justin, and Big E. Obviously, Spear is on the IR. And then for Stogies, you got DK, Daxi, Burt, and Blitz. Super interesting battle here with Legs versus DK. I feel like at that point you could kind of cue the Spider-Man pointing meme, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
because who's who. And while DK and Daxi won't have as easy a time as they did against the Gorilla line, I still have them here as the advantage. So advantage Stogies. And then let's move to wide receiver. For Blop, you've got Zinn, Prime, Ernie, and Dobbs. And then for for Stogies, you've got Gronk, Stella, Ross, and NK. And here's where I think you really have the significant mismatch. You've got Prime forcing the opposing D to play up and respect the screen. You've got Zinn, who's going to stretch everyone deep. Ernie and Dobbs, both extremely reliable hands, filling in those gaps. I really just don't see the Stogie having answers for these guys. Plus, I really don't see Dax making some of the mistakes that, sorry, Lego made when he was under pressure, which means the turnovers won't be there either. So I've got advantage on the Blop here. As far as the overall game, I think Blops score early and often, and Yaron finally comes back to reality a little bit. I see it as a 4-1 or a 5-1 win for Blop. I have them I would have had them scoring more, but Yaron's huddle might be Stogie's best defense and really keeps Blop off the field. So call it 4 or 5 touchdowns for Blop, and I don't see Stogie's putting up more than 1 or 2. So let's go 4-1.
I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. Just personally, after experiencing the Stogies, I do think their defense is really good and very capable. I'm looking at it more of, let's say, a 4-2 or a 3-1, 3-2 area. Let's go 4-2.
4-2.
But I could see it being late touchdowns by Blop to put them over.
But you
the
have
top.
Blop winning.
I have Blop winning. I think they're going to struggle to cover in on the sidelines and Prime, maybe on the middle or the side or the short sides. But I do think Stogie's put up a fight. I could see it being close throughout, but Block pulling away towards the end.
So I talked earlier in the show about chemistry, and obviously the Stogies already have a game under belt, so they have chemistry built. But I think you have the connection of Dax and Zen, which is why I would actually pair this time. I would pair the quarterback and the receivers as one category, and I would give that both to the blob. I think the connection between Dax and Zen is still there. Ernie's also there on that team. That they have that real tight connection with legs as well. Um, I think the chemistry is there already, so I don't even think they needed to play that first game really to have it. I think Dax will be running a good amount because of DK. I think DK is an absolute monster. Um, as you can watch the film against Lego here, he had him running all over. He was always putting pressure. And Daxi as your second rusher is very, very, very good problems to have for the defense. Um, I think Zin is a menace to Yaron. I think he comes with like 2 interceptions, possibly one for a pick six. I'm gonna say like a 5-2, so I'm gonna say a 32-13.
32-13.
All right, I think that makes math.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think Blop over Stogies, but I think that it kind of falls apart late for the Stogies. I think it might be a little close, and then, like I said, a pick six, and
Yeah, I
it
mean,
just kind of snowballs for them.
when you're down and you have to score and you got to move the ball because the clock is against you, you'll end up throwing some interceptions that you probably wish you had back. So
Right.
that sounds right.
And that's not what you want to do against Zen, who's just ball hawk.
Yeah,
Can I ask a hypothetical?
always.
Hypothetically, Stogies come out and shock the world. They beat Block. Where do you rank them on your power rankings?
Well, I mean, I think they'd be the team to beat. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do against Green Machine, but like to me, and again, this was post draft night. I had Green Machine and Blop as the two favorites, if you will, to come out and play for the championship. So if Stogies comes out and beats a really, really strong Gorillas team, and then has basically a following week really, really strong performance, I think that all of a sudden you start up to question like maybe this is Yaron's year. So yeah, no, if this is a win for them, I think that that's a big statement to the rest of the league.
Cool your own. It's the season. And now, one of our favorite segments that we've ever had on the show, maybe even a top one, who knows? Ernie's Enigmas.
Robert Ducky, you're the one who makes Ernie's Enigmas so much fun. Figured sitting here enjoying the beautiful fall day, and in honor of my release of Zakenu together with Danny Palgon this past week, I'll ask you this as a question. How many Jubal artists' song links, so we're talking about releases, have been sent in the last year to the Jubal chat? So we're going from end of October last year till today. We'll make this one multiple choice, but the bonus question will come after the multiple choice. Is the answer 2? Is the answer 4? Is the answer 5? Is the answer 7? And granted that you got the number correct, can you name them and who the artist was? And bonus, who has the most? Tell me, Jubal.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's how I'm thinking about it. You guys tell me how you're thinking. So first of all, wait, let's recap. Prime is 3-0. Davo and I are both 2-0. Not bad.
Ernie bringing the tough ones today.
Ernie is bringing a tough one. So first of all, it's October to October. I don't know if that like, you know what I mean? Like if something dropped in September, I'm not aware, but like right, exactly. He can be a sneaky bastard. So if I remember correctly, I could think of 3 that Ernie had. I don't know when they dropped, but I can think of 3 Ernie singles that dropped. So there's obviously the most recent one. There's the blue one. He dropped something with blue. No, he did. No, I don't mean the curse. I mean, like right after that, he did something, some kind of.
Oh, I
doing
thought that's what
something.
you were talking about.
Well,
the blue
he
one.
did have the blue issue, but then like he did a song.
He did like a Camp Simcha one.
Yeah, no, that was early. I think that was early.
And then
I think that was.
and then I
starter,
thought
no?
he did something with the hostages or the. Anyway, I think I'm gonna. I'll give Ernie 3. And then
So
I know. Oh yeah, what do you got?
no, if you're gonna tell me Ernie has 3,
Yeah.
I got 3 for sure from Daxi.
But you are at a slight disadvantage because you don't know if they were dropped in the chat or
That's
not.
one problem.
I'm 90% sure that Daxi had 2 dropped in the chat. I don't know about a third.
I wish we could have phone a friend because there's one person who would know the answer to this.
You mean Ernie?
I mean, besides Ernie.
Oh, okay.
Spear.
Oh shit, you're so right.
This is Spear's time to shine, and he's not here.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
God.
By the way, so I know Ernie. Great question.
The question comes down to, did a guy like Steve-O drop something? Did a guy like Prime drop something? Does somebody posting something about Kuti somewhere count?
Does the TBI new song
Theme song?
count?
Did you
Does
that one?
PJ, what about it? PJ's dropped 2 different last year. I don't know if it was October now, but we had 2 different potential intros that I think he dropped. So like, but I don't know if those count, but let's assume, well, anyway, let's assume anything's on the table. So, well, you want to throw out a guess, or do you want me to go first? I'm happy to do either.
Go first, and then
So I can think of 5, and I'm sure there's ones I'm not thinking of. So like I've already knocked out 2 and 4. I'm at 5. I have to imagine there's something I'm forgetting, so I'm going to go with 7. Not because I can name 7, but because there has to be stuff that I'm not thinking of. So I'm going to go with 7. But when it comes to naming them, there's no way I'll be able to do that. But we'll do that as a team effort. Maybe we'll see if between the 3 of us we can get it. But I'm going to go with 7. Lego, you want to guess next?
Yes. So again, like Logan mentioned, I am at a little bit of a disadvantage because I only have from what I've been a part of, which is I think the end of August. If I'm correct.
That sounds right.
But so we got the Ernie one, I personally don't remember any before this, but it seems to be 2 or 3 total from Ernie.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I was thinking.
So
Could be 4.
It could be, no, it definitely could be. It absolutely could be 4.
So if it could be 4, I know Daxi had recently come back with Warren Tati, Ibane, and Akshav all within the year. So that's
Daxi's been busy.
yeah. So I need you guys to tell me. Meaning, if he put those on the chat, then we got 3 right there.
I can't imagine why he wouldn't.
So if he put 3,
Maybe
on the
not
chat,
him, but like someone put it
Right,
on the chat.
Yeah.
So if we got
Zada drops a lot of new music too.
True.
so if we got
I don't mean his own music, but he
right. So if we got 3 from Daxi,
We
one-
had to have gotten something over Sphera.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
So-
someone dropped an acapella something over
Yeah,
Sphera,
you
right?
won it by-
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Daxi.
So we definitely got that dropped.
plus multiple from Ernie, and then if we're gonna think that there's at least one more, so we're for sure not 2.
Yep.
It seems like we passed the 4 and 5. We might be holding at answer number
At D.
at D 7.
Listen, you always got to take the D.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give a shout out, unknown Justin. You got to drop your music on the chat.
His name's Prime.
No, her prime music. Justin is legit though.
But you say, Justin, if you want to write us a theme song,
Listen, I mean, help a guy out. We can make a trade. Let's look at the answer. So I think we're all taking D.
we all take the D.
We love it.
Answer is
All right, Jubal. Well, I apologize. I'm no longer in the beautiful sun, the fall weather that we had today. But after I recorded the question, I got called into an urgent meeting, and let's just say I completely forgot about it. So, if you answered 7, that is correct. You see, we've had Zakenu by yours truly, Ivdu, and Unstoppable, all by the Ernie Ziance Zalman genre. Then we've had Comeback, Akshav, and Yibane by Ellie Daxi Dax. And just to hopefully throw them off the scent, we've had the TBI intro song released in the first episode of TBI. There's your 7. Even if they guessed it, there's no way they got all 7 correct. So I'm saying they all missed out. Till next time. Robert Ducky, you're the one who makes Ernie's enigmas so much fun.
and there you go. 3 in a row
3
for
for 3.
how many points does he get now? Is it 1? Is it like does he catch up to
Well,
Prime?
Prime had said his was worth 3. You
I
didn't
need 4
claim it.
Stogies. Can I have it?
Oh, yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, 4
Just as
points
many
for
as
you.
countries as you throw.
Correct. So now we don't have the fat heads up, but it's we have 3, Prime has 3, Lego's got 4. So doing great. Hopefully you guys are playing at home. But Ernie, one more great one. We appreciate you doing the legwork for it, and doing the homework, making sure everything's right.
Hopefully, many more songs to come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Vera, I'm sure you got the answer right. Okay, let's move on. Last week we tried something new and we started to do tier talk on the show. I think it was received pretty well, except maybe by Jet fans. I think they were crying in the corner.
But the chat still blew up. Like whether they liked it or not, the chat still blew up with it.
Yeah.
So let's do it again.
So maybe we'll take a little bit different. We'll talk about the thought process of things that we thought going into tier talk, and then maybe we'll drop the tier talk at some point while people are watching the show. This week we got into discussions, especially on the TBI chat as well, of Disney movies. Obviously, everything always carries over. We watch it all as kids. Now that most of us have kids,
Or
again.
like our guest is a kid.
Yeah.
correct. We grew up with classics and new classics. So we're here to talk about what are the top Disney movies and what makes them classics in our eyes.
But no, so we put together, call it a top 5. Do we want to give it any particular order, or do we want to?
No,
But like,
there's gonna be much more controversy.
yeah,
in order to-
and again, I think that there's a lot, and this is something that we were talking about, in our prep, if you will, pregame.
Pre-show meeting.
There are different characteristics of movies that make them great, right? Like some are funny, some have a great story, some have great music, some have great characters. They don't always all have all of those boxes checked. But some of the movies that we were discussing that I think are our top five, if you will, we've got Lion King, Coco, Moana, Toy Story, and Aladdin. We also have some honorable mentions that I think, one or so that kind of sits near and dear to each of us. Lego, you want to start with like an honorable mention for you that's not in the top five?
I would go with more of a recent one. I'm gonna say Inside Out.
Ah,
I think the first one was absolutely incredible. Just it was a new concept, nothing really like we've ever seen before. I think it was really great, and even followed by the second, a little bit more woke, but the first one was definitely really, really good.
Bing bong. Still hurts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a little bit of breakdown in my mind of what it. To me, the movies that need to be mentioned are people that come from zero to hero. Amazing, fantastic music that gets you singing at any time of your life, point of day, that you can just really sing to. They tug at your heartstrings. They make you feel good. My honorable mention is Hercules. I think one of the greatest classic story that was turned into a Disney movie and is enjoyable for all ages, and it's fantastic.
Dave, you want to take that one the distance? You already did Zero to Hero, so
Yeah.
what do you think?
I feel like someone should have a nickname in Jubal Hercules.
Yeah, we don't have anyone
That's a
who's
Jubal
strong
name.
enough for it, but
Right.
maybe it's
One
coming.
day.
One day, who knows? And quite honestly, if Solo didn't get it, but then I don't know
True.
who
Well,
would. But for me, honorable mention, Mulan. It's a little bit of an older one, but between the soundtrack, it's tough to beat. So I love Mulan. I could watch it. Eddie Murphy, big shout out there. You love a little fun, small sidekick there.
The real debate here is what makes something a classic Disney movie and versus a Pixar. Obviously, they're two different things, even though they're the
Well,
same company. But is there a difference? Meaning, when you sit to your kids down, you say, "Oh, this is a classic Disney movie," or you say, "Here's a Pixar movie." They're two contrasting things, but at the end of the day, they're kind of this similar.
I don't know that I've ever said, "Hey, here's a Pixar movie." I've always said, "Here's a Disney
Yeah,
movie."
even Illumination, Pixar, all
Yeah.
this, they fall under the category
Right.
of Disney movies.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, similar to your thought about Inside Out, like it was groundbreaking. I think Toy Story, again, that was in our top five, but like that was innovative and groundbreaking when it first
Oh, yeah.
came out. Like no one, we'd never seen anything like that. Pixar was just starting out, and quite frankly, it wasn't even part of Disney back then. But it still kind of falls into that same genre and gets captured there. But
Should we have Prey do Hug of the Weeks and give it to Big E?
Oh my God,
Jesus
that would be so
Christ.
funny.
that is unbelievable, Davo.
That would be insane.
I'm going to text Prey right now. That's a great idea.
I'm back. All right, guys. Welcome to this year's first edition of Praymakers, where we take a guy who had his back against the wall, everything pointing to a loss, and comes back to win the game with just some clutch plays down the stretch and just some beautiful, beautiful football. So without further ado, this week's nominees for Praymakers is, give me 1 second. Hey, Logan, what's going on? And, all right, Logan, this is ridiculous. Every time I start filming and I send you a bunch of videos and you say, no, Praymakers is still not getting on the show this week. Yeah, I know it sucked. Yeah, I know nobody watched it. Yeah, we did one episode and I know. All right, but you guys give me that little glimmer of hope every time that it's going to come back. And all right, fine. Is there anything I could do? No, I'm not taking Hug of the Week. That's E's thing. That's his thing. He deserves it. He cultivated it. It's a baby. I'm not gonna do Hug of the Week for him. I know, but that's ridiculous. All right. Will I get onto the show? If I'll get onto the show, then I'll take Hug of the Week. Yeah, it's a cutthroat business. He will understand. I'm sure he will. All right. Who are the nominees? Yeah, Lego's been tough. Had a tough go of it. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks for him after, starting off hot in his rookie debut. 7 interceptions, 2 losses. Yeah, it's tough, especially a league loss. Prime hasn't won a game. Oof, that's rough. And he just got canceled from his own show, and now I'm taking it over. That's rough also. All right, I guess I'll just pick one.
Lego, go get yourself a hug this week. You need it.
It gets to you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Davo, what does everyone have to do?
Like, subscribe, and shoot.
Winner.
Guys, just remember it's a new channel. If you always want to stay up to date and current on your TBI information, and when we drop our shows, click the button that doesn't actually click here, but don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can always be current. We have Weague League 2,
Maybe 1.5.
possibly, but we did it anyways because that's how we roll. But we have week 5.
5.
Sign-ups. Sign up for early, sign up for late, sign up for both. We have...
Hanukkah's around the corner.
Oh my God, Thanksgiving
Oh, yeah.
soon. Change the clocks this week, DK. So we're going back an hour.
It's okay. Don't change your clock. You'll be fine, DK.
Heard about this.
I think really that's it. Lego, what are we?
We're 3 balls in.
And now we're 3 balls out. Thanks for coming.
It's a good episode.
Incredible.
Yeah. 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 Davo Logan. 3 balls in. Jew ball vibes. Sit back on the couch. Let's ride. We chillin'.
No,
Okay,
it'll never,
okay.
it'll never make it.
We only make fun of like Prey, Yaron.
Yeah, but like,
But, like,
essentially the
joking.
guys who are stupid successful and therefore can take it. You know what I mean? Like, you
Right.
notice how like we make fun of the guys who are really, really good.
Right.
Like we don't like, yeah.
The answer now what?
Is anyone going to fact check?
No one's gonna fact check. There you go. See, he
What do I
knows
do?
that.
What do I do?
That's exactly it. That's all you gotta do.
It's rock,
Keep
paper,
going.
scissors, whatever
No.
you want to throw.
No, it's the
No, it's 3. No,
It's the 3. I do the 3. I do the
Rule
shot.
76. No excuses.
There it is.
Yeah. Come on.
No, I always do rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I do the 3. It's
What are you
the
doing here? What is this?
No,
this
that's
is
the
the
shocker.
shocker. It's 2 in the pink, 1 in the silk.
Right,
but
I know.
It's no, but it's in both. It's in both.
That's
Oh, is it?
I know. I always do rock, paper, scissors.
I didn't know. Did you ever win?
I never lost.
Tell me, Jubal. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Sorry about the little stroke.
Ready. This is TV.
Easy. Not that easy.
No, not at all. Okay. Try it again.
I have a quick. Who's the earliest Jew ball member that's currently involved and
Robin.
playing in Jew?
Robin's got to
Robin?
be. Yeah. Although TBD will probably claim that he is, but
Oh, why do you think your own got me to come to the league? I am a child.
yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Doubting?
All right, so his number 1 is obviously going to be Legoland, but
What?
No.
If you answered 5,
fuck.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh no, that one's crap.
Do you guys? Okay, the
Cruella.
Incredibles. You know the whole Ligma joke.
My balls?
Yeah, Ligma
Yeah.
balls. You know that's from
Is it?
Is
Ligma
it?
balls is from Incredible.
I didn't realize that.
Ligma is like
Was he one of the superheroes?
low intensity something.
Right,
Keep going.
Harry?
Yeah, it's the superheroes.
Hunchback,
Yeah, behind
Pocahontas,
it's actually crazy.
Where's the Groove?
See, Pocahontas is one that I would throw in.
Yeah. 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 Davo Logan. 3 balls in. Jew ball vibes. Sit back on the couch. Let's ride. We chillin'.